Ladies and gentlemen.
Roll the camera. Okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we are featuring...
Welcome to Room 3 News. I'm Selena.
And I'm Cindy Ray. Today on Room 3's News, we have a strange rainstorm of lollies has hit town in the North Island. Scientists have invented an invisibility cloak. We helped them find it. And the latest in weather around the country. But first, a story that will turn your world upside down.
If you think the world is getting more and more upside down and topsy-turvy, it turns out you're right. Builders in Germany have built an upside-down house and they did it on purpose. The strange house was built as a tourist attraction. The house is 23 feet tall and sits on the point of its roof, supported by steel beams in the attic. Inside the house, there are beds screwed into the ceiling, upside-down wardrobes, an upside-down kitchen, and even an upside-down bathroom, though it is not known if anyone has tried to have a bath in it or go to the toilet. Normally a house like this would take about 3 weeks to build. This one took workers over 4 months because they keep getting disorientated being upside down. Here's our on-the-spot reporter, Shamina, with the house owner, Jordan.
And thanks for joining us. So, what made you decide to build this upside-down house?
To be different.
What are some of the challenges of living in a house where the beds, bathroom, and kitchen are kind of on the ceiling?
Going to sleep.
And tell us, how do you use the toilet?
Very carefully.
Thanks, Jordan. And that's all from me. Back to you, Cindy Ray, in the studio. Thanks, Shamina. Even watching that makes me feel a little dizzy. And now for a story that is truly out of sight. Look out, Harry Potter! The world of science is catching up to the world of magic. Scientists in Europe have created a 3D invisibility cloak, which can hide objects by bending light waves. It has been discovered that light can be controlled in a way that makes objects disappear. So far, scientists have made small objects, such as coins, disappear, but hope that it won't be long before they are hiding cars, planes, and even people. People have always dreamed of making themselves invisible. One top scientist says, "We are all very excited. Unfortunately, since inventing the invisibility cloak, the scientists have been having trouble finding it. As soon as we put it down somewhere, it just disappears." The inventor of the cloak said, "What will this invention actually be used for?" Hoping to see through the reasons behind the invisibility cloak, here is our on-the-spot reporter Tegan with more on this story.
Hello, I'm Tegan, and with me is Dr. Caleb and Dr. Mackenzie, two of the scientists behind the invisibility cloak. Hi, Dr. Caleb and Dr. Mackenzie. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi, Tegan. Thank you.
What made you want to invent the invisibility cloak?
So we can play hide and seek.
Can you show me how the invisibility cloak works?
Yes, I will show you by putting it on now.
What? What do you hope the cloak will be used for?
Cloak will be used for all sorts of things.
When will we be able to buy one of these in the shop?
You can buy from No Liming stores right now.
And we're out of time. Back to you, Selena.
Now for something completely different. Breaking news in Lower Hutt. Today a girl named Rose discovered it was raining lollies. As she stepped outside today, this sounded great at the time, but when she ate one of the gumballs, she actually exploded. So please watch out. According to our sources, there are several types of dangerous lollies being rained down. The candy canes make you turn into a giant blueberry, and if you eat a sweet and sour lolly, you will turn it into a hot chocolate. This could be disastrous for many people, for many Hutt children in Lower Hutt and sweet tooth adults. Let's cross to our on-the-spot reader who has more on the situation. Over to you, Joshua.
Where were you when this rainfall happened? I was in my house, looking at the window. Why didn't you eat any of the lollies? I don't like lollies. How are you going to cope with this strategy? I'm going to go on holiday. Thanks for your time, Laura. Our thoughts are with you. Now, over to you, Banana Keita, the weather update.
And good evening, New Zealand. Let's have a look at tomorrow's weather. Starting in far north, a tropical storm in Kaitia with some flooding and raindrops as big as your head. If you're going outside, wear a hat. Moving down the island in Auckland, there will be a mix of fair conditions and unfair conditions until lunchtimes. But those are the conditions and you'll just have to accept them. There will be no weather at all for the Bay of Plenty. It's taking a break but should be back for the weekend. In Napier and Hastings, the weather will be occasionally changeable and occasionally not. We have really no idea what will happen there. In the Taranaki, it will be gloomy and miserable all morning. However, things should cheer up by the evening, so don't worry. Everything will be fine. Wellington will have another amazing day. There will be no wind at all as usual, and the day conditions will be so pleasant they'll actually be beautiful. However, watch out for those lorry showers in the Hutt Valley. In the top of the South Island, Keikora can be expected to have a good day, meeting friends for lunch, going for a swim or reading the newspapers. But whatever you do, try to stay indoors as the weather will be just terrible. A real mix for Christchurch with rainfall, wind, moderate thunderstorms and a smattering of very angry snow. And in the lower south, Dunedin will be frosty, cold and unfriendly until late morning, when the sun will pop over for visit. Everybody likes the sun. That's all from me now. Good night, New Zealand. We'll spot you tomorrow. Back to news desk with Selena and Cindy Ray.
Thanks, Ben and Nikita. Well, that's all we have time for. We hope you've enjoyed this evening's broadcast. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you
again next time. From the whole team at Room 3's News, goodbye and nohora.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Roll the camera. Okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we are featuring an interview with a very peculiar-looking gentleman.
Scene 1, take 1. Scene 1, take 2. Take 2.